Well, hey friends and neighbors, this is Chuck out at Sheraton Park Farms. Welcome back to the farm. So now that we've got a contract on selling this farm, it's time to start thinking about moving to the next farm. And one of the things that we're thinking about is packing up and moving and what all we need to get out of the way so that we can get moved. And we're evaluating this from the perspective of over the course of the next 6 to 8 weeks, what are some things that are not essential? What are we not going to need? What are we not going to be using? And these are one of those things that we've decided that we can go ahead and pack up and get ready to go. These are our Sascovich style chicken tractors, and I still got a couple of them out in use. We've got some turkeys and got some Jackie chickens still left out on the pasture. So we've got 2 of them that are in use, but everything else we can go and break them down and start packing stuff up. But that's what we're going to work on today. We're going to work on packing some of these up and getting them broken down. And I want to tell y'all about the one thing that I regret the most about this farm that we're on now, and the thing that we didn't do, I wish we would have done, but how we're going to remedy that on the next farm. So hang out with us for a little while. Let's take down some waters, take off some tarps, pick up some feeders, and get some stuff packed away. As I'm taking these things down, I'm kind of reminded every year, Saundra and I have promised ourselves that we weren't going to have any poultry on the pasture after the 1st of October. Well, it's the middle of August right now. Like I say, we've got a few turkeys and a few jackies left. Turkeys are going to get processed this Friday or this Sunday. And I've got a guy going to buy the rest of these jackies. So we're going to be done with poultry on pasture by the beginning of September. So this is the first year in 3 years that I've been able to keep that promise, because it's always easy. Well, let's do one more batch of chickens. Let's do one more batch of turkeys. It's always easy just to do one more batch. And so this year we're actually keeping our promise to ourselves. For those of you that do pasture poultry like this, whether you're using a Sascovich or a Saundra style tractor, this time of year, end of the season, is always a good opportunity to kind of go through, look at your equipment, evaluate what's still good, what's broken. And I know we as farmers, a lot of times we tend to bale and twine and duct tape everything together to try to get one more season out of it. But it's a good opportunity to just really evaluate your stuff and think, is this costing me time or is it saving me time? And the funnel that we try to put everything into around here is at the top, that everything goes into, that the question is yes, is does this make us money? And if it's something that's profitable, then yes, we're absolutely going to do it. Number 2, does it save us money? And if the answer to that is yes, then that's a keeper as well. So if we've got a bucket that we can do, you know, get another season out of, then that saves us money from having to buy another bucket, another drinker, another feeder, whatever. Number three, does it save us time? And if it saves us time, then it's a keeper. You know, it takes time to go to the store, buy a new bucket or buy a new feeder, put it together, put it into use. So if we've got something old that will work, then we'll keep that and use that as well. But if it doesn't save you time, doesn't make you money, or doesn't save you money, it needs to go in the trash. And lots of times we want to keep stuff around to try to make it work or fix it, whenever the best place it could go is in the trash. So long story short, this time of year when you're breaking stuff down, evaluate it, and if it's useful and you can use it again, keep it. If not, file 13. This kind of reminds me of, y'all remember that old show, The Beverly Hillbillies, where Jed Clampett loaded Ellie Mae and Granny and Jethro up on the truck, piled everything they owned on it. That's kind of what we got going on here. Let's see, there's 3, 4, 5, 6 chicken tractors worth of stuff right there on the mule, plus a feed barrel. So, all right, we're gonna go put this stuff up. Well, look, everybody, it's Blister. She shows up when the work's done. When the work's done.
I brought Buck so he could hit me.
Brought Buck so he could hit me. What do you think about my calamity machine here?
You got her loaded down.
Just act natural. So, at the beginning of the video, I said I was going to talk about something, and Saundra don't know what it is. So I'm going to spring the question on her. So y'all are getting this completely raw and unedited. So, what would be your biggest regret about this farm?
About this farm?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What would be? What's the one thing you regret the most about this farm? Us being here, the way we've operated, what we've grown, what we've done, anything. What if you could go back and start over? What's one thing? What's the thing you would do differently, do over, not do, whatever?
Well, I think I probably would have looked harder at perimeter fencing. What?
That's what I was going to say. That is, I swear, that is what I was going to say. My biggest regret is that we didn't put perimeter fencing on this farm early on.
To begin with.
To begin with. And then we ended up not doing it all. Then we ended up not doing it all together. But I swear, I did not tell her that's what my regret was. Or she didn't even know the question was coming. But yeah, I think I regret not doing perimeter fencing because I think that would have given us a lot more options on stuff, particularly like the sheep. I think we would have kept the sheep if we'd have had perimeter fencing with me.
Yeah. Perimeter fencing would have given me a more sense of security.
Yeah.
With the animals.
Yeah.
Because with the road being out here and all the cars going by the way they do, I was just afraid something's going to happen. And so I was constantly looking out the kitchen window waiting for something to come running at me, and a couple of times it did.
Yeah, let's see, we had
a cow.
We had the cow.
Came running right at the kitchen window.
Yeah.
And then little mama, she did it a couple times.
So I don't know if I've ever talked much about it, but before we started the YouTube channel, Sarah, was it our first year here? Second year? First year. Well,
it was our first winter.
First winter, yeah. First full year. We bought some Holstein bull calves. There are a couple of dairies that are just down the road here. And for those of you that know about dairies, bull calves, they're basically useless to them, and so they sell them cheap. So I think we bought 3 bull calves. What did we pay for those things?
$50
50,
each.
We paid $50 a piece for them. They were day old. I literally picked them up and put them up on the back of the truck and brought them home. But we kept them inside of, we just used some of this Gallagher poly braid, and we just would pull it around an area and set up, 3 or 4 strands of it, and would leave, set it up in a big area. Then we would paddock it off and then move the cattle to a different field, and it was a lot of work, wasn't it? It was a whole lot of work. And so the cows got out a couple times, and I think I would have liked to have perimeter fencing so we could have done more cattle and gotten started in that. Could have done better with the sheep, but yeah, I think, and the security,
Yeah, peace of mind is a lot
because
on a farm like this.
Yeah, this is a pretty busy road right here, somewhat busy right here in front of the farm, and a lot of traffic up and down through there. And if we'd had an animal ever get out and get out in the road and someone would have hit it, that could have been devastating on a number of different fronts. But anyway, so how are we going to cure that on the next farm? It already has perimeter fencing on it, so that was that was a big that was a big key in us deciding to buy the property that we're buying, was that it did have some perimeter fencing on it that's in pretty good shape. There's some areas that I think we're going to have to do a little repair, a little maintenance, but nothing at all like what it would have been to fence this place in.
Oh man.
So anyway, any other regrets?
I wish we could have done more with the back.
Across
on
the
the
creek.
other side of the creek.
Yeah, so we've got about 4.5 acres on the back side of the creek. I wish we could have done more with it, but I think if we'd been here longer, we would have. But it is what it is. We just didn't get around to it.
Now we're going to have another creek.
Now we're going to have another creek to cross.
To try to figure
But that's
out.
okay. We're going to figure that one out. We've got a head start on it with before we even get there. So, but anyway, I think that's going to do it. If y'all hadn't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. We got a lot of stuff coming up here with move and packing and talking about different things we're going to be doing, the way we would do things differently, changes, and hopefully take a lot of lessons that we've learned here and put them to work on the next farm. So, but anyway, we appreciate y'all watching. We'll see you on the next video. Thanks. Thank you, baby. That's exactly what I was going to say.